Hey everybody, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Again, it's theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thank you guys for watching, first of all. Thank you for subscribing to YouTube, subscribing to my blog, theclinicaltrialsguru.com. It really means a lot, and I'm really pushing to get to 1,000 YouTube subscribers. So, as of the time of this video, last I checked, it was 929, so we're getting there. We're adding like 25 a week or so. Lately it's just been snowballing. So thank you, and keep your questions coming in. I'll keep you anonymous usually unless you ask otherwise. And then you find me on every social network. I gotta promote these. Instagram, Dan Sfera. Snapchat, same username, Dan Sfera, just like my YouTube username. Find me there. Twitter, the real Dan Sfera, but you can just type Dan Sfera, you'll find me. Facebook, find me, Dan Sfera. Pretty simple, right? And LinkedIn, of course. LinkedIn's huge as well. If we're not connected, go there, Dan Sfera. And also join my group on LinkedIn, the Clinical Trials Guru Leaders, and be a leader for your organization, right? So today's question comes from someone who actually does not want to be anonymous. Carlos Bazan, MD, and a CRA. So he's a CRA now. He's asking two questions. What would be the best career path for the long run? And where is the industry going? What changes should we prepare for? So, good question. First one, all right. What is a good career path for you? The answer is I don't know, okay? Everyone's different. Some CRAs, they like to be CRAs. They like to travel a lot. Some of them have no family, so they don't mind traveling 30 days out of 30 days every single month and living out of different hotels and living out of suitcases. For me, I couldn't do that, but I know some people, and I'm serious about this, I know some people who enjoy this. So that might be a career path for you. Another one might be you want to be a stay-at-home CRA, a work-from-home CRA. And when you first get started, that's not likely to be the case. You're likely to get sent out on traveling duties and on assignments. What is likely to be the case if you do eventually want to be a home-based CRA, and more specifically than that, a home-based CRA that doesn't travel very much, you could be a clinical team lead or a project manager. I know a few people. I'm actually going to be interviewing one hopefully this week. We keep rescheduling our interviews, but she's a CTL, works from home, doesn't travel. That was the career path she chose, and she started as a CRA. And she's very young, too. She's relatively young for the industry. So she was a CRA, traveled a lot, didn't like it, but she put in her time. And now she's a CTL working from home, doesn't travel that often. Of course, you still go to investigator meetings and things like that, but you're not on the road 24/7, 365, although some people like that. So, and then you could be a project manager, and then you're an MD, I noticed. I mean, you might even be able to be a medical monitor in some cases, where sites are calling you up for a protocol and asking you medical questions, like, hey, what do you think about this adverse event? Or what shall we do about these conmeds? You know, can we wash them out safely, or do we need to continue them while they're in the study on these drugs? I mean, all kinds of issues the medical monitors deal with. So that's not even out of the realm of possibilities for you either. So the best career path for the long run is whatever it is you want to be. You want to own a research clinic? Hey, who knows? A lot of CRAs have called me lately wanting to partner with me or wanting to use my consulting services for helping them start a research clinic. I can do that. You can do that too if you want. So let me know. And by the way, if that's the case for you, give me a call, 949-415-6256, or email Dan at theclinicaltrialsguru.com. That's a good career path, long run. So they're all, the answer varies, and you know, at least you have a good idea of where you think you want to be headed. And it's possible for you to continue on that trajectory. There's a lot of options in this field. Okay, question number 2. Where is the industry going? What changes should we prepare for? So we've talked a lot about, and I read a lot on the Collaborista blog, which is my sponsor, Intralinks Via. You'll see them right here. We talk a lot about risk-based monitoring. We talk about remote monitoring. We talk about virtual workspaces, which I really believe everyone needs. At the end of the day, it helps us run better sites, better businesses, and ultimately increase our revenue. And how does it do that? Well, I literally just finished an article for Intralinks Via. They'll put it on their Calabrista blog soon, so go check it out, where I talk about sponsors and the FDA review process, because I just interviewed an FDA reviewer a few months back, Josh Charlin. So if you're on YouTube or on the blog, search for Josh Charlin or search for FDA reviewer, and you'll be able to see what we discussed. And then in my article, I provide some commentary about how virtual workspaces can actually help make not only the clinical trial run smoother and faster, but what that ultimately does is allow for quicker reviews and more revenue, which is what we really all at the end of the day strive for, is increasing efficiency and increasing profitability and maximizing revenues for our research companies. Whether you're a research site, whether you're a CRO, whether you're a sponsor, it's all the same. Maximize revenues, maximize profits, increase efficiency. Virtual workspaces do that. As a CRA, as a site owner, I'm already seeing CRAs that are remote based, so meaning they don't go to the sites at all. Sometimes they're risk-based monitoring, so they do go to the sites, but they go less, and they have laser-like focus on certain items of the protocol, or on certain events, or on certain metrics for each study, or on data sets for each study. Like, they just have laser-like focus on certain things for each study. Every study is different. This is what risk-based monitoring is, and they're using virtual workspaces. It's not always Intralinks, but I think Intralinks is the best. They have their own that they develop sometimes. And then they collaborate with the sites, and they collaborate amongst themselves on these things. Remote-based monitoring, or risk-based monitoring, sorry for the confusion. Also, they use trend analysis, so as you're entering that data in the EDC system, the electronic data capture system, someone is back there analyzing, crunching the numbers, looking at graphs, and looking at what areas they need to focus on and what areas they need to have their CRAs spend more time with. So I would say get very good and get very comfortable at using virtual workspaces if you're going to be a CRA in the long run, because that is where the industry is headed. It started with the CRFs. We used to use paper CRFs. Now the majority of CRFs are EDC, electronic data captured. Same thing's going to happen with source docs and to some extent even regulatory documents, although you still have copies or the originals on a file, but the monitors, instead of looking at the original physical paper in their hand, they're going to be looking at the scanned version in the virtual workspace. So that's where we're headed. Good question. Probably a few of these I'm going to spin off into blog posts, and we'll get into those later on. And keep your questions coming. Thank you very much, Carlos. It's very rare I get to give someone a shout out. Carlos Bazan, MD. And he's a CRA, but he is always looking for opportunities. So if anyone's interested, contact me. I'll introduce you to him. He's an MD. Thanks for watching. Dan from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Take care.